In today's video, I'm going to talk about my experience using the TicWatch E3 over the last week. We're going to go through features and my honest opinions up next. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff, and on this channel I do all sorts of different type of tech reviews, tips, tutorials, and more. So if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, hitting that little notification button, and you'll get notified every time I release weekly videos. So last week I released a video talking all about my first impressions and the full setup of the TicWatch E3, and that video goes a lot more in depth about a lot of the features that I'm going to be talking about in this review video. So if you do want to find out more information, I will be linking to that video down in the description below as well. So first, let's jump into talking about all the features that the TicWatch E3 has. It is featuring the Snapdragon 4100 processing chip, and this makes the operating system, Wear OS, in my opinion, move very smooth and makes it very convenient for using it on this device. So talking about the build quality of the TicWatch E3 and comparing it to its predecessor, the TicWatch Pro 3, which was released a while back, which I also did reviews on, and there'll be links down in the description below. The TicWatch Pro 3 had a stainless steel body build, and the newer TicWatch E3 actually just has a plastic build. It is painted to look very much like it's made out of metal, but it is made out of plastic. So I guess there's some good to that and some bad. The fact that it is made out of plastic actually makes it a lot lighter on my wrist than wearing the TicWatch Pro 3. And in addition to that, I think they've updated the design. It has much more of a modern design to it than the TicWatch Pro 3, and we'll just kind of put them side by side so you can get an idea of size-wise what they look like and the difference between them, whereas the TicWatch Pro 3 has more of that classic feel to it and more of the modern stylish feel I think they incorporated into the E3. So the E3 does have a built-in microphone as well as speaker, and it does vibration. So for notifications, if you want to use it for taking phone calls or listening to music, you've got all those options using the speaker, and then you can also use the microphone again for talking, communicating with Google Assistant, and talking back on phone calls. So the watch features an IP68 water resistance rating, so you can take this thing swimming, you can take it in the shower. I have used it both in swimming as well as using it in the shower, and it seems to work just fine. I think the water resistance is nice, and having that capability allows you to then wear the watch wherever you go. You can also do things on this watch like the sleep tracking and stress tracking. You can also get your BPM for your heart rate, and this will do the SpO2 blood oxygen level monitoring, and you can actually do that on the fly with this watch. And I like that based on using that SpO2 feature with other watches, say such as the Fitbit line, which has the Fitbit Sense, the Versa 3. You can't take an on-the-fly SpO2 reading like you can using the TicWatch series. And real quick, as we do in all the videos on this channel, we've hidden Tinker. Tinker is our little hidden robot. He looks just like this guy right here on my shirt, and he's going to briefly pop up somewhere during this video. If you happen to spot him popping up, take note of the timestamp or the amount of time into this video that you spotted him popping up, and be the first person to let me know that timestamp down in the comments section below along with your best comment, and we'll put your name on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page, as well as I'll give you a shout out in one of our future videos. So shout outs this week to Slightly Tuned and TechX, recent viewers on this channel who found Tinker in one of our recent videos. Now, as far as the screen, it features a 1.3-inch high-definition glass screen. Doesn't appear to be an AMOLED screen, so not quite as bright and vibrant as some of the other smartwatches that are out there. It has a 360 by 360 pixel display, In my opinion though, just from using it, I think it looks great. So the watch features 20mm silicone watch bands that it comes with. Now they're very easy to just unclip, and then you can switch those out with other custom bands, more athletic or leather bands, to make it easy to customize this watch. And I think that in feeling how it feels wearing it on my wrist, it's very comfortable. The fact that it has that plastic build, it's very lightweight. I really don't even notice that I'm wearing it on my wrist. So with this watch, you can do your sleep tracking, you can do your stress management, you can take the on-the-fly SpO2 readings, which is great. I really like to track my sleep. I like to know how many hours of sleep I got and how well rested I was the night before. One of the downsides to this smartwatch is its battery. So it has a 380 milliamp hour battery inside of it. And in charging this watch, it does have a USB cable that comes with a magnetic charger that just pops onto the back of the watch. From what I found, it takes about roughly an hour to fully charge the smartwatch if the batteries run down to 0. And with normal, regular, everyday use, I'm getting about a day's life out of this battery. And to me, I am finding that I like to charge it during the day, because if I charge it at night, then it doesn't do that sleep tracking. If I've been wearing the watch for 12 hours, the battery is depleting almost at 50%. So really, it does say you can get longer than a day's worth of battery. You can actually get several days worth. It also has an essential mode that you can put it in for its battery, which will extend its life up to 30 days. However, you're very limited on that essential mode. When you put the watch into that mode, essentially it's just going to display the information that's on your watch face. So you'll get your steps, you'll get your basic time, date, things like that. So if you just want that information, you can put it into essential mode and extend the life. But for all the normal wear and everyday use that I do with this watch, I'm finding I have to charge it every day. And if you like customizing your watch faces, because this is running Wear OS, you get all the different watch face options that are available using Wear OS. So instead of getting like a handful of watch faces that you do with some of the watches that are out there, like the Amazfit T-Rex Pro that I just reviewed, where you're kind of limited on watch faces. With this one, you get hundreds, if not thousands, of different watch faces to choose from, so that you can make this TicWatch E3 look as awesome as you want. So it's convenient because this watch also allows you to do the contactless payments, where you can store a credit card right in your watch, and then you can use Google Pay to make payments when you go out to one of those mobile kiosks, which is very convenient. If you like not always having to bring your credit cards with you, you can store that in your watch. You also get all the different capabilities of using Wear OS, so downloading some of those third-party apps like Spotify, things like downloading Pandora, iHeartRadio for music streaming, using things like Google Maps, Google Translate, even Google Camera, which allows you to use the watch as a remote for taking pictures or video from your smartphone. Those are all great apps, and you've got all those capabilities, things like using Strava, even downloading recipes, things like that are all available by using the Google Play Store, downloading these apps, and then using them in conjunction with apps that you're running on your phone. And then there's a lot of TicWatch apps that come pre-installed from Mobvoi right on the watch that are very useful and helpful. In addition to this being a smartwatch that gives you all those different app options, you can do all your health tracking as well as track your exercises right on this watch. And it comes stocked right away with all sorts of different exercises that you can choose from right from the exercise menu. It also has an auto detect feature where it will start auto detecting if you go for a run or a walk. And then it does have the built-in GPS as well, so it will also track your GPS location during your workouts. So any of your health stats and information is tracked on the watch, and you can access all that information by just swiping to the left, which takes you to your health metrics screen, and then you can see everything from your steps, calories, distance, and active minutes that you've done during the day. That's all tracked, and you can see all that detailed information by just clicking on it on your watch, which I think is great. All that information is also synced up with your smartphone if you install the Mobvoi app. And then that's going to have all of your health information that will be displayed and that you can look at on your smartphone screen. In addition to that, because of the built-in microphone on the watch, you have the capability of leaving yourself voice memos, or essentially recording with the watch, and then you can access any of those sound recordings in the Mobvoi app, which I think is very convenient. You can also use the Mobvoi app to change different settings on the watch, as well as go in and take snapshots of whatever is on your watch using the Mobvoi app. That also works as a companion app to the Wear OS app, which you can also install on your smartphone. That allows you to customize those watch faces and just make other settings changes using Wear OS. And if this video is helping you out, take a second right now, smash that like button, as it helps out this video as well as this channel. So because this watch is also running Wear OS, you get access to Google Assistant, and I find it very convenient to just press and hold the top right button on the watch to access Google Assistant, give it commands, find out certain information, set alarms, timers, things like that. That is all very useful, and that's something that you get the capability of with this watch. So let's talk about notifications. Everything from your email, text messages, if you've got any apps installed and you sync this watch up with your phone. I've got it synced to my Google Pixel 3, and all those notifications continue to come through. You can see snapshots of emails. You can even reply to those. Same thing with text messages. You can reply to those right from the watch. That's all extremely convenient. In addition to that, you can make and you can receive phone calls from this watch using the built-in speaker and microphone, and I've done a couple of test call samples. I will say that I think the call quality is just okay.
So I want an example of how the audio sounds coming out of the TicWatch E3, and this is a pretty good example of how the speakers are going to sound, and kind of turn up at medium volume. You can turn up a little bit higher.
The speaker sometimes can be just a little bit hard to understand the person that's on the other end. It does sound decent, and it definitely gets it done. However, just from my experience using it, sometimes it can be just a little distorted with some of the phone calls that I've taken on the watch. Let's talk about where this watch falls in comparison with other smartwatches, especially if you're looking to shop the market right now for smartwatches. And I think because of the fact that it's running Wear OS, you do get all those options to download third-party apps and put those on your watch. You're not just limited to the ecosystem of apps, such as if you're using like an Amazfit watch or a Fitbit watch. You're kind of just limited to what applications they have. With Wear OS, you just have tons and tons of different options. And from just my use of playing around with these things on the watch, everything seems to run very smooth, and it's a lot of fun. And it's just going to give you more options for things you can do with your smartwatch if you're looking for an all-around smartwatch that's going to do health tracking as well as more fun features, useful features from your watch. I also like the fact that it takes the on-the-fly health readings. When I've used Fitbit products, I don't understand why the Fitbit like Sense and Versa 3, in order for them to give you your blood oxygen level readings, you can't do that on the fly. You can do that with this smartwatch, and that is very convenient even if you're looking to get your heart rate. If you're looking to track your stress, you can do all of those tests right on your wrist. Some of them take just a couple of seconds, some will take just a couple of minutes, but having all of those different features, including the sleep tracking at night, makes this a great all-around smartwatch. One of my biggest frustrations with smartwatches is I like to wear them. I like to wear them all the time, and when I have to take the watch off to charge it, to me, that's time that I don't have, to access the information that's on my watch. So the fact that this has that very limiting battery to it is something that is just, I wish they could improve on that battery a little bit more. I think as devices are becoming more and more dependent on the batteries inside them, looking at increasing that battery technology, especially in smaller devices, is something that's a necessity. If you're looking for longer battery life, because it's running Wear OS, it eats through the battery quite a bit. So you're really not going to get much more from daily use, more than like a day's worth of battery on this watch. For someone like me that is comparing it to, say, the Fitbit products or the Amazfit T-Rex Pro, where you can get several days or even a week's use out of the watch before having to charge it, that is a huge difference and just something that you should know about before purchasing this device. This watch is priced at $199. That's what it's retailing for as of the recording of this video. They may be running deals or there may be discounts, so you can check the links down in the description below to find current pricing on this watch. But for all the features that this watch has, for under $200, I think that is a great deal, and I think you're getting a lot for this watch. This watch also prices in cheaper, $100 cheaper than the TicWatch Pro 3, which I reviewed last time. So if you are somebody that likes to get a deal, such as myself, this watch has a little bit of a different build than the Pro 3, but definitely worth checking out for all the different features that are action-packed in this watch. And the TicWatch E3 was sent to me by Mobvoi, so a big thanks to them. There was no payment or compensation for doing this review. They had sent me this TicWatch E3 as a sample to give you my honest opinions, which is what I'm doing in this video. This is not a sponsored video whatsoever, and there was no input given to me by Mobvoi for this video. So I'm interested to know your thoughts about the TicWatch E3. What do you think? What are your favorite features? What would you like to see more of? Let me know down in the comments section below, and you can always check out all the other cool videos and tech reviews that I've done on this channel, including checking out reviews of the TicWatch Pro 3, Fitbit products, Garmin, smartwatches, and more. There's a lot of exciting tech that's going to be coming out here in the fall, so be sure to subscribe to this channel for all the latest updates and all the latest cool tech reviews. My name is Jeff. This is Tinker Forward. As always, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you in the next video.